Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Atlanta, Georgia, where Freddie Falcon soars from the rafters inside the beautiful Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already. Hard to believe, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Atlanta Falcons. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys looking for a second straight victory after coming out on top a week ago. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. Dances by him. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Play action. It's Goff. He finds his man. Complete. It's Garza. He's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
The highest metric. The city just made a sweep. People diabetic. They mouths can fill it. The seat. Let these cowards tell it. Welcome to a news with the MVP.
Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Garza. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
There's Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Simmons. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
At the 8-yard line.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal. At the Falcons' 9-yard line.
Now it's gone. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. James Pierce. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Goff. He finds his man, complete. It's Simmons. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
Looking to put a drive together. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be carry, second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 18.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. Here's a second and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up second and 5. At the Seahawks 40.
Now it's Taylor. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 37.
Robinson up the middle. And they'll get 8 on this before being stopped at the 28.
He was brought down at the 28.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. He was creeping up toward 200 yards. Thought he was going to get there. Didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Gain of 6. That's another Falcons first down.
Here's Taylor to throw. Into the hands of London. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Number 5, Drake London. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 on the Seahawks 16-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this would be a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you...
Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Falcons 7. Seahawks.
So that... Drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception.
Morikawa is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. And they were ringing him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense and the veteran A.J. Brown set to go to work once more. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. There were 2 plays that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Goff now looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Seahawks.
Up the middle they go. Morgan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Now Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation. But instead, they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
Look in the middle of the field, and he's got it. Complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Morgan. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Come on! Line 20!
They run the counter. It's Morgan. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw. Goff. Now he's going to step up and run. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Carlson on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there. They get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Falcons offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you want to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
They go play action now. Taylor. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Now Taylor. And this one's incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, about the 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Robinson with another carry. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Taylor will throw. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons are able to widen their advantage. Borregales now for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Makes the score Falcons.
So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27.
Goff now to throw. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
13 yards on the play. And the Seahawks
now Goff. He finds his man complete. It's Garza. That's good for 28 yards. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
To the air again. Goff. He finds his man complete. It's Simmons. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
15 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Here's Goff. Got a man. It's Brown.
You got kidding
And
me.
he can't quite get
Oh,
there.
what are you
Tackled down at
tackling?
the 1.
12 more yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Carlson able to put this one through. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Taylor. Caught by London. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Out of the ground, they give to Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here is 3rd down and 4.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Taylor. Hard throw, incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
4th down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
At the 39-yard line.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And getting this just shot in midfield, and spotted at the 49. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
It's a gain of 11. That's another first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Here we go, shot. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
A first carry here for Jordan James. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Let's go now. Ready, right?
Taylor. Short throw caught by Pitts. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Really, now of stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now Taylor to throw. Got a man, it's London. Just a gain of couple there. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
On now is Andres Morales to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 34.
Oh, my God.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Goff. He finds his man complete. It's Simmons.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Goff. This will be caught by Brown. But he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this swing lead. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing up this game.
Absolutely nobody through there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. They're leading the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Again, it's Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
all runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cowboy 80.
Now Taylor.
Oh, my God. What in the world?
Incomplete.
Quarterback threw the ball all over the place.
Was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Hand off now to Robinson. And we'll get this down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds. The clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
I've been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Taylor to throw. Over the middle, caught by London. And he's brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11th. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Come on. Pass it. 70 Lions. Nineteen tight.
They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
What in the world? What's this? Miss. And I missed both my tight ends. Lord,
Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They come up with 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning to work with. Here's 1st and 10. Now gone. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Here's 1st and 10. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. James Pierce in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. 2nd down. Here comes 2nd down. Now gone.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an
oh
airport stick.
my gosh, that is so
He's going to get
deep.
this all the way down inside the 35. Just the 1 timeout to work with, but plenty of time on the clock as they come up on 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards.
Goff now to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end center. Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Now it's gone.
2nd and 4.
throws him. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Goff. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
The Seahawks.
Goff looking to throw.
Two-point conversion.
And this is caught. It's a 3-point game. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. This is 1st and 10. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Taylor. Now he'll tuck this and run. Taylor, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit